Family. I am so sorry. Guys, I am so sorry. We had some major difficulties, major technical difficulties that we were having. Um, I apologize again, but I appreciate you guys for tapping in. Please share this out. Please share this with your friends. Please share this with family members. Basically, what we talk about on Crypto Cliff Notes is an array of things from news to updates on the market to analysis to coins that we're investing in. My name is Jonas Simon. We are not financial advisors, but one thing I can say is, we, have a lot of education that we're learning. We have a lot of experience. Within myself, I've been doing this for 2 years. Pat has been doing this for, almost 4 or 5 years. Back in 2017 is when he started. And, it's been a journey, even with this. I mean, just had to, make some adjustments with some things. It was moving a little weird. It was being really laggy. I wanted to make sure the stream was, moving very smoothly today. So, we had to make some adjustments. But again, I appreciate all of you for tuning in. What we are going to go over today is just some updates on the market. We have some news articles that we want to show you and some coins that we've actually talked about before, but we really want to talk about them today because I think, right now would be a great time to start getting into those. So not wasting any time, right? We're going to get straight to it. But before we get to that, I want to, pass it off to Pat real quick. He's going to go ahead and, tell you guys a little bit about, what he's experienced in this market. He's experienced the bull runs. He's experienced the bear runs. This individual has made a tremendous amount of money in the crypto world. And, he's really guided me as a mentor through the process, and he's always sharing some new things with me. So I guarantee you guys are going to learn something new. If you are tuning in, pull out them pads, pull out them pens, right? Go ahead and comment and subscribe in the chat, right? If you guys have any questions while we're going through anything today, go ahead and drop them in that chat. I have it up over here. Go ahead and send this out to some people. Like I said, go comment, like, and subscribe. We do have a giveaway going on down below in the comments, so go ahead and check that out, and let's get it. Go ahead and take it over, Pat.
So we're here on another Friday, and the market is sitting somewhat about where it was. We're still on that sideways trend right now. I personally don't think it's going to last too much longer, maybe a couple weeks. There's so much news coming out that is getting pumped nonstop. So today, that's what we're going to touch base on. We'll basically, our journal will go over the market, just show you basically the trend and a couple of maybe coins that are pumping a little bit this week. Then we're going to go over I'll go over a project and just a lot of news that's going on. There's a lot of news for this market to be moving sideways. If you check out just crypto news, like just Google search, there's so much stuff going on. That I mean, we're lighting the fuse. This thing's about to take off. Like you said, we are not financial advisors. We're just going off our experience, research. We always encourage you to do the same. Like I said, I've been doing this since 2017, so I'm still learning, but I have been in it for a little bit, so I have seen the ups and downs. And like I said, right now it's looking like we are about to start taking off very soon. Real quick before we even get on it, so we got the market cap sitting at like 1.3. I think last night I think it was at 1.4. So we're sitting still right around that 1.3, 1.5 mark. But some of the main coins are still Ethereum's getting a little pumped. The news is coming out. Like I said, that's what's going to do this. So like today when I go over my coin, I'm just going to basically just show you so much information that's coming out. It's one that we've talked about a lot, and I just want to just keep pumping this one, making sure you guys, if you're going to follow on, go get this. But let me kick this back over to Jonah, and he can do like a little touch base on the market, and we'll go back and forth from there.
Sweet. So, real quick before we get too far, I just had a question for you that just popped in my mind. What is the biggest lesson that you've learned in the crypto world from 2017 to now? What has been the biggest lesson that you've learned that you can share with these guys and share with everyone on this stream that could help them long term in the crypto world?
All right, so some of the big ones. Even though I do my whole goal with these is to hold long term, I'm very bad at taking profits, which I need to do a lot more of. I take profits, but I could, the way the market goes up and down, I mean, I could take a lot more profits. That being said, I think I need to make marks. That's the same as like buying coins, tokens, assets. Trying to think you're going to figure out the top or the bottom. That's damn near impossible also. So like when I'm talking with my brother and we're going over our stuff, we kind of just keep it at like a 20% mark. So like basically what I'm saying with that is if we just find a range, like say we want a token around $15, $10, and it only gets that's our target buy, but it's only at 12, like accept that, buy it then, because if it starts going up, you're gonna like damn, I should have bought it then. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to be able to figure out the bottom. There's too many big players in this kind of thing that can change the market. Like I said, taking profits, and then also just like, which I've never done a lot of because I like doing my own research, but just when you talk to people, it is people not doing their own research and listening to media, like even for the good stuff. Like any of these big social media guys can pump a coin. It doesn't mean it's actually going to be a successful project. Like it might go up and you had a chance to make money, but you also, if it's not a successful project, you're going to be in when that crashes in, which you do not want. Like those guys, when they start talking about stuff, they're usually already in a very good position, just waiting for your pump, and then they dump, and then it's a game over. Like, so you always need to do your research on that. But like I said, like media will also give you tells. Like that's how we find a lot of our information. You know what I mean? So it works both ways, but definitely do your own research and do not buy into the hype when you hear that's going away and stuff like that, because this ain't going that way. But that's about it. I mean, I wouldn't research thing. I mean, you have to do your research, and you cannot invest money. You're afraid you like don't put your life savings in this unless you can lose your life savings, unless you're willing to. You know what I mean? Like, because anything could happen. Like the markets will crash if, like, say, wars break out and stuff like that. So I mean, you've seen that all the time. Prices go up, inflation. So that's what I would just say. Like, do your research on these. And I mean, enjoy the ride. I mean, this is going to be a cool ride. It will have another big dip, but that's after we take off first. So we're going to be able to make some money. But like I said, I got to learn to take my profit. And that's where you guys do. Find your marks where you want to buy in, where you want to take some profits, and then you can always re-enter. But that'd be my advice on that.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Pat, for sharing that. That's just something that I really wanted to you guys to hear. When do you take profit? Someone in the chat asked, when do you take profit? Um, if you want to answer that real quick.
All right. I mean, that's why I'm saying you need to set your own mark. Like, if you have $100 and your goal is to make 150, when it hits that 150 mark, take your money. Don't sit there and see that it's going up and be like, oh, well, it might go up to 160, 170, and then you lose your opportunity. So like that's going to be more of a personal thing. Some people are very happy with making, like I said, we know this, bank accounts don't pay 1% for the entire year. So some people, like, that's why they invest in the stock market. You know what I mean? You're getting an average of almost 10%, which is way better. And they're very happy with that. So it's more of like what's going to give you a peace of mind. That's what I would say. Like, that's the whole issue where you're going to stress yourself out, is when you're like, well, when do I take this profit and stuff? Like, you need to, this is when I want to buy. This is about when I want to sell. And do not worry about catching them tops and bottoms. You might miss it, but at least you hit your goals. That's the main thing, is hit your own goals. That's what I would say.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. And if you guys have any more questions, go ahead and ask those in the chat. We'll definitely get to those as we go along. But I'm gonna go ahead and kind of get into the market right now. Kind of show you guys what's going on in the market. Let me go ahead and switch this over real quick. Cool, cool, cool. Let's see. Oh man, where'd you go? Alright, cool. So we're just gonna share my screen like that. Alright, cool. So, just understanding what's going on in the market. I definitely want to go back to Coin Market Cap. Coin Market Cap is actually doing a lot of updates right now. Basically, what's going on is like they kind of have like something called like diamonds. You can collect diamonds, so like every single day you can collect a diamond, and those diamonds add up to where you can actually buy something like NFTs. If you guys remember us talking about NFTs, we actually have a video on that if you guys want to check that out. But right now the market is sitting at about 1.37 trillion right now. So it's kind of the last time we talked about, which was Monday. It's honestly right around there, same price, or same market cap. Bitcoin is sitting at about 33,230. Now, I more so specifically talk about Bitcoin when I talk about the market because if you look up top, 45% is owned in this market by Bitcoin, right? So when Bitcoin goes up, most likely everything else is going to follow. When Bitcoin goes down, most likely everything's going to go follow that, right? There are over, 10,700 coins, but is all 10,700 coins liable to invest in? No, right? So that's why you got to be careful, kind of like what Pat said is, you got to be careful what these social media gurus are telling you. Hey, invest into this, invest into that. Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that. Like, you just got to be careful who you're listening to at the end of the day and just realize this is a long-term mindset type of thing that you need to have because from 2017 to now, yeah, Pat went through the bear runs. Yeah, technically he would have lost money if he would have sold, but he didn't sell, right? He kept stacking his coins. He kept investing, right? If you think Bitcoin is at 33,000 and that's a lot, you're mistaken, right? That's not a lot compared to what's going to be happening in the future. You already see, a bunch of countries adopting, which I'm going to get into next. But you just got to understand this is a long-term game, and this is limited, right? You're very limited on how many coins you can have, right? Bitcoin only has X amount of coins. Once it's gone, it's going to be hard to get. Same thing with any other cryptocurrency that's mainstream, like Ethereum, Cardano, right? Ripple, right? They're all limited, right? In order to, get them, if they all go out, the max supply is out, it's gone. You can't do anything with it, right? So, with that understanding, guys, I think this week was a pretty good week. I mean, if you look at a 7-day range, I mean, Bitcoin went up not too much, 3%. Ethereum up 12% for the week. Cardano, which is one we're going to be talking about today, is up 5.5%. Let's see. Solano, we talked about that. Solana, I think we talked about that the other week. 11%. Ethereum Classic, 28.9%. Internet computers, that's another one we talked about. That hidden gem in that last stream we did last week. 33%. Right, so the market is, starting to move back up. If I'm not mistaken, me and Pat were just talking that, we're going to start seeing a lot of upside to the market here in the next couple of weeks. And when I say upside, we're going to be back in the bull run, right? If you watched my last video, I was giving you guys basically a little breakdown on Bitcoin, how it was moving, and I felt like it was in the accumulation phase. But, with that understanding, I'm just going to go ahead and, show you guys why we believe that the market is in a bull run, why we believe that, if you stick around in this thing long enough, you stay around, you invest at the proper time, you can really see some really good results in a 2, 3, 4, 5 year span, even this year, right? Even this year, you're probably going to be able to see some really, really good things happen in the market. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go to the first thing I wanted to talk about, right? Which was, there we go, which is some news on crypto, right? Some news on crypto. Now, basically, if you guys know, whenever big players are talking about the market, they're talking about, doing some big things with the market usually does move pretty high, right? It starts to move very volatile in the market. Right, it starts to move very volatile in the market, and what I mean by that is they have some type of, I guess you would say, influence on the people. right? A lot of people listen to them because they're speaking about the United States. They're speaking about, projects that could maybe better the world or whatever it is, right? They have some type of influence. So this one is one I found, right, that I thought, this person pretty much would have pretty good influence if it's a U.S. senator, right? A U.S. senator advice: buy, hold, save Bitcoin for retirement as Congress floods economy with trillions of dollars. So there are, some talk of, in a 401k, you got, you can invest in some stocks and bonds and stuff like that. Now I heard that they're going to be actually talking about throwing Bitcoin investments or crypto investments into that field as well, right? So, U.S. Senator Cynthia Loomis has encouraged people to buy and hold Bitcoin in their portfolios. I encourage them to save Bitcoin for their retirement. Sheesh. I don't know about you, but I want to retire by 30. By 30, if you're older than 30, by 40, right? For their future, she said, adding that with Congress flooding the economy with trillions and trillions of dollars, there's no way the value of the US dollar will not be debased. Do you guys see that? Right? A US senator is telling you guys that the US dollar is not going to be a thing in the future. I want you guys to pay attention to that, right? That's a huge sign right there that's telling you right now, right? A U.S. senator is telling you, right, that it's going to be basically not going to be a thing. It's being printed every single day, right? Every single day, paper, fiat currency is being printed every single day. Bitcoin is not being printed every single day. It's very limited, right? It's better. It's putting the people's power in our hands, putting the power in the people's hands, right? So at the end of the day, you got to realize, what's going to benefit the economy better. And yes, we're in inflation right now. We're about to go into hyperinflation, meaning a lot of the prices of things are going to go skyrocket. Look at gas, right? Look at the products in the stores, right? Supply and demand. You got to understand that, right? Supply and demand. Now, the second thing I want to bring up to you guys, or to your guys' attention, right, is something that Pat actually brought to my attention, right? Something that Pat actually brought to my attention. Something about Tom Brady, right? Shout out to Tom Brady. I hope you guys know who that is. If you don't, definitely do your research. Played on the Patriots. He was the QB for them. Won multiple rings with them in the Super Bowl. But basically, NFL star Tom Brady and his wife, Giselle, are taking equity stakes in cryptocurrency exchange company FTX. Right? So company stakes or equity stakes, where we talked about staking last time, right? We talked about the staking from last time, right? If you guys don't know what staking is or how it works, go watch our last video talking about passive income. Go watch that video and that'll tell you a lot about it. But basically, he's putting in a good bit of money into this, and FTX is an exchange, right? It's a pretty big exchange out there. It is going to be pretty big that, big players like Tom Brady, who has a lot of money, is coming in, and now he's about to, really set forth, I think, the sports industry into the crypto world. Now, one thing I also want to throw out there, since we're talking about sports, if you watched Tank in the other fight, I don't remember his name, when he knocked him out, or, took him down, right? Tank was wearing something, right? And I don't know if you saw it on his pants, but it was a crypto, right? If I'm not mistaken, he was either crypto or it was a exchange. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he had something related to crypto on his boxing pants, right? His boxing shorts, right? So it's already basically giving you free signs that, hey, crypto is coming about, right? Crypto is about to take over, right? Crypto is about to take over. Now I just want to give you guys a couple more things, right? Let me see. Coinbase, right? If you guys know, and if you guys have Coinbase, right, if you guys been following us and sticking with us since the beginning, you know that Coinbase is probably the biggest exchange in at least in the United States, right? It is one of the biggest exchanges in the world, to be honest, right? But Coinbase is to launch Apple-like crypto app store, right? So basically, Coinbase is going to act like Apple's App Store, right? And it's going to have different apps that are decentralized, right? This is very, very big, right? Cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase has unveiled its plan to build the crypto app store inspired by Apple. Built its app store, right? CEO Brian Armstrong said Apple didn't attempt to build every app for the iPhone. it empowered developers and gave mobile users an easy way to access new innovative apps, right? So App Store is not for every single, cellular device user, right? It's only for Apple, mainly all apps are, right? But if you understand that, right, Coinbase is going to make it, because Coinbase is applicable on Android and iPhone, right? So what this is going to do is it's going to give an array of usage for any type of cellular device out there, for people that want to start investing, people that want to learn about investing, right? They're going to be developing decentralized applications called dApps, right, into this into Coinbase, right? So that was that, right? I think that's really big to that. Now, one other thing, right? Because I know you're like, okay, well, I understand maybe the United States is doing things, but what about other countries, right? Not only did El Salvador, right, make it a legal tender, because that's really big right now, right? That's a big thing that's opening eyes to different countries about adopting, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and all that stuff. It's opening a lot of floodgates to different countries, right? So opening a lot of floodgates to different countries. Now, the first thing I want to show you guys is Iran counts 30 crypto mining farms licensed to mint digital currencies. Right, so think about that. Mining, right, staking, all that good stuff that we talked about on our last video, right? It's starting to happen in Iran. Iran, family, Iran. Like, this is huge. Like, Iran is very limited over there for their people, right? And now they're giving access to mining over there. And I can only imagine, what country's gonna be next. Who's gonna be the next legal tender, right? Who's gonna be the next legal tender, right? Now, the last thing I want to bring up, let me see if I can find it. Maybe I didn't bring it up. Oh, here we go. Germany, right? Germany. Right? This is a big one. This actually happened 3 days ago. On June 19th, June 29th was when this article came out, right? As much as 350 billion euros can start entering the crypto market this Thursday. So yesterday is when they could start entering the market, right? After a law passed earlier this year comes into force in Germany, right? Let me see where it says the 20% joint. Let's see. Okay, I can't find it. All right. They're free to choose how much to invest, up to 20%, with this law being an implementation of a European Union directive suggesting this new permissibility is coming Europe-wide. Europe-wide, not just Germany, but Europe-wide, right? So if you guys understand, right, what's really going on in this, right? If you guys really understand what's going on, guys, this is huge, right? This is huge, and this is going to become very large all around the world, not just Germany, not just Europe, not just Iran. They're looking at it in Australia. They're looking at it in everywhere, right? It's becoming very big, guys. It's becoming very big. So, that was, the little spill I wanted to give you guys. I wanted to show you guys actual proof, why we believe that the market is going to be, going upwards from here on out. And if you haven't invested in the crypto, one little tip of advice I can say is, do your due diligence, look into these cryptocurrencies, go on CoinMarketCap, go look at this technology, and if you believe in it, right, invest in it, right? Don't be scared, right? Don't throw all your eggs in one basket. Pay your bills, take 10, 15, 20% of your check or your income and throw it into crypto, right? That's how I started. I started dabbling small, started getting a little bigger. It just you got to get somewhere. You got to get started somewhere, right? And the best time is now, right? The best time for anything is right now. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to pass it over to Pat, right? He's going to go over what he wanted to go over with you guys. I'm not sure if you wanted to add some more on top of this, or if you wanted to, go ahead right into the coins. That's up to you. Go ahead.
Actually, I had to pull something up. Once you pulled up the thing that I showed you with Giselle and Tom, that reminded me what you showed up for what you ended up showing me earlier this week, which is one thing that this just tells you how, like, this is going to happen. And a lot of these tokens that we're talking about, they have a future. And like the one this is like one of the bigger shockers. This actually shocked me when I saw this. So we keep hearing, once you said this, like, let me share my screen on this one. So we all know how we keep talking about Ripple and XRP, and it's got that big lawsuit. Well, like then he hits me up and he sends me this article that the SEC is now going to accept Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. So the same company that they're in this big lawsuit with, you're telling me now they're going to accept that. So if you have one of these levied fines, you can pay it off in your Ripple, the stuff that they're in this lawsuit with. So to me, that's a sign to let me know that I can keep on investing in Ripple. I see a good future for them, especially when I see articles like this. Like I said, once all this happens with them and they pop off and get on, like I said, back on Coinbase and all these exchanges and all, and everybody has easy access to it, it's only a matter of time to even get where it was, and then it still needs to make its full run. So I just want to bring that up real quick, just because, like you said, I threw one at you, and like you said, me and him are always talking, and this is why, though. Like, I wouldn't have heard about this, he wouldn't have heard about that. That's the whole purpose of us talking every day. This is why we network. This is so important with this game, just because, like I said, there's so much information out there. There's no way to be on top of all of it. It just can't happen. So that's just one. And then let me go over to
Real quick,
yeah.
if you guys are liking this, family, if you guys are liking what you guys are seeing, go ahead and like hit that smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and go ahead and comment beneath if you guys are getting some type of value today. Because guys, this is sauce. Like, this is the sauce of the sauce. You're not gonna hear this in a lot of places, right? You're not gonna get this information in your typical by your typical friend that is buying this and that, right? He might not be telling you this. So go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like that, family. Go ahead.
Like you said, yes, we're trying to build up our base. So if you guys don't mind, definitely share the word, give us those likes, hit that follow button. Another one, this is just another thing. Like, so everybody's heard of Soros. Big guy. He was skeptical. Everybody's always skeptical in the beginning. Another huge billionaire. Looking into some Bitcoin. They're afraid to miss out. You know what I mean? Like, there's only going to be 21 million. So even the richest of the rich can only get their hands on so much of this. That's why we say, like, when you get the opportunity to a little bit, like this is one, hold on to if you can. Because like we showed you last video, you do not need to ever really get rid of your cryptos as they grow. I mean, you can get rid of them and take some profits, but we just showed you last time how to hit these loans. And I'll go down in another video, but like I was showing, I was doing some, like, just the math. I mean, capital gains is big. When you cash out, they're going to take capital gains. You're going to owe taxes. But if you borrow against your money and you just take loans out at a super low rate, you're going to pay a whole lot less money on your own money. So you will not have to hit that crazy amounts of payments. You won't lose it to the government. You get to keep your assets, use someone else's money, and just pay them a super small interest rate. I mean, you're basically a bank at that point. But there's another one just to go to show you. These are like the elites. When they start getting involved, they're the ones that I actually would like. When I hear the guys like this are starting to stack them, because I don't know how much he would know into actual Bitcoin, because I believe he was one that used to talk down about it. The other one that we're going to talk about that I love and we always talk about is Cardano. This should be good. It's nothing but news I have for Cardano. Just like it keeps popping up. Like I said, I think it was on the last video or the one before, about if you are even nervous with and you want to invest in stock markets and stuff, especially like 401k style. Like, if you want to take some of that, I believe you're allowed to still switch accounts and stuff so you can buy stocks with it and still not have to pay as much taxes. So like with those, you're gonna like these are the big companies like Grayscale. They buy crypto, the world's largest. I mean, they have an insane amount, 64%. So they have, I want to say that they have like hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin. I think it's like 400 or 500 if I'm correct. And they're pumping up on Ethereum, and now they're starting to pump up a Cardano because this is a legit project that has a lot of stuff behind it. On to the next one. Now, I touched base on this actual exchange last time. This one in Celsius. Celsius I went over. This one is Nexo. This is a token that I said I was actually personally invested in, and I'm actually using as staking, and I'm getting my 12% off of this. When now they've added Cardano. It's another big exchange. This is one of the biggest lending platforms in the crypto game. And you can make money off your Cardano. So like, this is just more good news. Come out here. $30 billion of Cardano is now staked in the new smart contract. So 71%. That's how confident people are in this. They're staking their stuff to run this network. Like, the growth is going to be enormous with this. I see this being very big. It just every day I pop up news. And I mean, this is with the Charles, the creator. I mean, he said a couple weeks ago, he said the next 60 days, I'm going to come out with so much news. It's everything's going to keep coming out that it's, while we see this sideways market, this is your time to just keep getting more news. Like we talked about this before when we actually reviewed Cardano. They're very big in Africa, and they're getting bigger and bigger in Africa. They do like digital IDs over there. They're working with all kinds of things. I think they have over 5 million people on the platform or using it over there. About to add another million. This guy, when you click on him, he's actually the director of operations for Cardano. And I mean, as you can see, they're a company that's looking to like help people do good for the world. That's another reason I like this one. So basically, like everything that you see that this guy's even talking about, all his hashtags will have Cardano in it. They're showing that, like, basically right here, before we can, this is like letting them know about they need to get their telecommunications down. Because they're saying now, I think you can go all, like basically any phone that's in the past 5 years can pretty much access wallets and stuff now. So every person that eventually will have a phone, that's what they're hoping to spread in Africa. Then at a push of a button, they're going to be able to not have to worry about driving to a bank and that kind of stuff. Everybody will have access to money. But they're already in Ethiopia. I want to say they're in, let's see where else. This was the other one. I read this. I was looking for some research. So what's happening? One of the guys is running for government in Africa. They are, in Africa, in California. California's a mess right now. He is actually trying to set up a meeting. Charles is with the government over in California, just to have everywhere he's going to go, like state to state, starting in Africa. They're going to try to make everything digitalized. He is going to go up against Ethereum. Great thing is these platforms can both do great. That's why I'm personally invested in all of them. I love these platforms. These are where the technology is being built on. Cardano right now is at 135. I mean, that's not a bad price for this. As you can see, it had its dip. And this is where we can get right back to. So you're almost talking a double up. And with all this news and all these people investing and some of the biggest companies in the world investing in this, like I said, this is my top pick. Like, and it's been since, I don't know, 8-10 cents. Like, this is where I started getting with this, and I'm going to keep on at $1.30 stacking these. These are a very good project. And like I said, a lot is being built on it. And I like the ones that are helping the world. That's what I like. I'm about that. I like that positive. So Cardano is going to be my pick. Didn't you have one you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, real quick, you can leave your screen up just since we're already here and everything like that. One thing I want to add.
Muted. Jonah, take your mute off.
My bad, my
There
bad.
you
I
go.
was muted. I was muted on our little stream. But one thing I want to add to what you were saying, like how you had their Twitter up and everything like that, and they're telling you what they need to fix. I truly respect that because a lot of people won't really tell you their flaws. They won't tell you what they need to fix, right? But they're telling you and they're being upfront with you from the jump what they need to do better, what they want to do better for you guys. But with that understanding, guys, that's huge, right? That's huge that you know that Cardano is doing those things and it's being it's being invested in by big players. Like this is not something that people were throwing a couple $1,000s in and a couple $100,000 in and $1 million. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars are probably being pumped inside of this coin.
30 billion.
30 billion staked. 30 billion staked, family. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. Like really think about that. So that was actually one of our hidden gems that we wanted to show you. One thing I want to show you, right? I'm gonna go ahead and transition this. One thing I want to show you, the coin that I wanted to talk about. We've already talked about this one. This is one that works with a lot of streaming, right? So you're game streaming, streaming like we're doing, everything like that. It's called Theta, right? Theta. It's actually ranked number 19. This is probably a hidden gem that if you are new, you probably haven't heard of. But definitely write this one down, do your research on it. I'll go ahead and briefly read what it is about. It is a blockchain powered network purpose built for video streaming, right? Launched in literally like 2 years ago, 2019, right around this time, around March, a couple months back. The Theta mainnet operates as a decentralized network in which users share bandwidth and computing resources on a peer-to-peer basis, right? And the co-founders of YouTube and co-founder of Twitch is a part of this project, right? So they have their hands, or they basically want the ones that really, started pouring into this crypto and really getting it out there. And I think that's huge. I mean, when you see people like the co-founder of Twitch, everyone knows Twitch out of, the gaming, right? The game streaming, right? Everyone knows what YouTube is, right? The high literally the biggest streaming of any type of video that, you look, even if you need help with something like, oh, I don't know how to do this, but where are you going to go? Most likely you're going to go to what? Either Google or YouTube, right? So, YouTube is within this project, guys, and I think that right there speaks numbers. And this project is only sitting at $6. I honestly didn't really start investing into it till this year, and it was around like $4, right? So, this is something that's still very low. I mean, just today it's down 5%, but it's sitting at $6 right now. And literally, guys, it's only has 1 billion circulating supply, right? 1 billion circulating supply. Now, I don't know if this is right, but this says max supply is 1 billion. I'm not sure if if this is all taken. I don't think it is. This might be wrong, but 1 billion.
This means it's all out there.
Okay, it's all out there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was mistaken, but 1 billion coins, guys. That's not a lot. I mean, if you look at all these new projects like Shiba and Safe Moon and all that stuff that everyone talks about, investing in, that's cool. I mean, you can make your quick money, but this is gonna be a long term project. I mean, this is something long term that we're gonna probably see in the hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars worth per coin in the future. Now, I'm not gonna say when. I don't like picking dates. I'll just let you know this project is going to be very, very large, guys. Now, within that understanding, let me check the chat real quick, make sure we're good. Sheesh, I think you blew someone's mind on that Cardano, bro. Because someone gave us the mind blowing emoji on Cardano. But that right there, guys, that is the coin I want you guys to, definitely look into. If you like it, invest into it. Like I said, start stacking right now. Price right now. I mean, I can go ahead and pull up the charts for you guys real quick, just so you guys know kind of what I'm looking at analysis wise, and then we'll go ahead and end it up right there. While we're going through this, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. We can get to those before we hop off here. But just going into the analysis side of things, Right now we're kind of in a consolidated zone. We're playing right in between that $30,000 range and the $40,000 range. But we had a price dip right all the way down to 28. Right now, I don't know if you guys know too much about accumulation and distribution. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up for you guys just so you guys can see kind of what I'm looking at, and maybe you guys can relate to it. Um, but accumulation and distribution, basically, it's just like supply and demand, right? Supply and demand. If you don't know what that is, definitely go do your research, look into that. But right here, right, if we look at this picture, it looks very, very, very similar to Bitcoin, right? Now, what I believe we're in is I believe we're in phase C. I believe that $28,900 range that it came down to, I believe that this is our spring, right? So if I were to label this out, right, I'll go ahead and type this out for you guys real quick. Spring. Right? This is our spring. I believe this right here is our spring right here. Right? And I believe this right here, right? This is something I actually caught. I do leverage trading. This is something that I caught. This is the test. I believe that this is the test. Right here. Right here, right? And now I believe we're getting into our phase D, where we're gonna start seeing some big push-ups in the next couple weeks, right? But don't get attached to it, right? Be patient. Let the market come to you. Let the market do what it does, right? And just be patient, right? That's one key thing that I'll lay the foundation with you guys while we're here, right? Is just be patient, right? Be patient and let the market do its thing. Let the market kind of just like play out, right? And like we said before, right now is a really, really good time to start investing into these coins, investing into these projects, because if you don't, by the time that Bitcoin hits 100,000, you'll be like, damn, it's too late. Then it goes to 1 million. Damn, it's too late, right? It's never too late, family. It's never too late. And right now, when we got that 60% retracement on Bitcoin, I don't know what else. I mean, history repeats itself. Of course, the last time it really fell like that was back in 2017. But then you saw in I think it was 2019 going into 2020, we saw all the way from right around 3,000, 3,100, all the way back up past 20,000, and then it blew straight through 20,000, right, and went all the way up to 64. Right, so I want you guys to kind of realize this is what's happening right now. I believe that what happened from 2017 to 2019 and to 2020 is happening right now, just in a smaller time frame. Now, why is it happening like that? Is because bigger players are coming into play. A lot more people are talking about this stuff, and when big institutions come into play, it makes the market very volatile. Now, be careful, like I said, do not throw your eggs in one basket, but be patient, right? Be patient. Patience is key when it comes to any type of investing that you do. But again, guys, if you guys don't have any questions, it doesn't look like you guys do. I appreciate you guys for tapping in to our session. We'll be back live Monday. We're going to be formulating a lot of different videos in between, now and the next couple streams. But if you guys have something that you guys want us to talk about, or you guys want us something that, you guys want us to, maybe look into, go ahead and drop it in the chat after this video, or go ahead and, join all of those. We have a Telegram chat, we have Instagram, and we have YouTube. All of those details for the giveaway are below. We're giving out a Ledger Nano S. But that's really it. Is there anything else that you wanted to say, Pat? Anything that you wanted to end with?
Just real quick. Yeah, let me just touch base. This will take two minutes. Another one you just talked about. Theta, right? So like I said, this is the ways I usually can get some information on these. So just clicking on your social, I was doing this right now. Look at this. If you just check 2 days ago, or now let's see, what was this? June 30th, so a few days ago. Basically, the main net for Theta launched. Now you can start staking the T fuel, which we did talk about in a previous video. T fuel is basically the gas for this. Theta doesn't run without T fuel. So that's another project we were saying, kind of like once you invest in one, it's not a bad idea to maybe invest in both. But look, so this was on June 30th, right? 400 million T Fuel are now staked. Let me just scroll up to July 1st. 1 billion, over a billion have been staked. This is why what he's talking about, like with this project, this is another project you want to check out. It's the Theta and Theta Fuel. As you can see, you can already go ahead and, if you're buying it and you've already bought it, you can start making money off of it instead of letting it just sit. Stake it if you want to. You can go back, check out our video on how to stake. If you guys have more questions about staking, let us know about it. We're here to answer whatever you have. If I have the answer, I'm going to give it to you. But that's all I wanted to show you, is just like in that. That's why you want to sometimes hit like social news and just check the tweets coming out. And this is coming from Theta Network. So like I said, that's just T Fuel is the one we've already talked about. It is the gas. It is how every time a transaction happens on the Theta network, the fees that are charged are T Fuel. That is how they are charged. So if this project makes it, T Fuels pretty much has to make it. But it's little stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff you want to check into. They're like the ones that catch my eye. So that's all I wanted to say on that. I just wanted to show you that. That was just because, like I said, it's something we talked about, and it's just more info. It's every day it's coming out. So do not worry about this market being sideways, where literally it's a good thing because you can keep acquiring. But with that, I'm good.
Awesome. Again, guys, I appreciate you guys for tuning in to Crypto Cliff Notes. Go ahead and smash that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And go ahead and participate in our giveaway. Again, I appreciate every single one of you. And we'll see you guys at the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. Too much FUD. I love you guys. Peace.